So today's opener, the last 4 problems, is going to be just like what your quiz is going to be over tomorrow, solving one-step equations with fractions in it. The first 2, though, as I already said, just like what we started learning the first week, just one-step equations. So I'm going to go ahead and get the problem set up, how we solve equations by circling our variable, drawing our line of equality. Now, how do I solve this first equation? How do I determine what A equals? Eleanor? Yeah, so anytime a number, such as a variable, means to multiply. Since we're trying to get the variable by itself, we're going to do the inverse operation, which is the opposite. So when I take negative 35 divided by negative 7, what do you end up with? 5. Then box your answer. How many of you guys, thumbs up if you got that it was dividing from the very beginning? Like you knew it was dividing and you divided it out. Keep your thumbs up if you took that negative with it. Nobody? Only one person kept the negative? 2 people? I want you to follow along. You don't have this one done right, and you didn't fix it. All right, let's look at the next one. Circle my variable, draw my line of equality. Joey, how do I solve for B? How do I get the B by itself here? Okay, golden rule. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay, on my left side, I bring down my variable, which is equals. Okay, Joey, what's negative 4 minus 7? Negative 11. Nice job. So on the first 2 problems, you need to make sure that you have shown all of your work accurately, that your answers are correct. There should be not any single reason why you miss the opener, why you're missing points on it. All right. Next 2 problems. Now this is where we're going to solve one-step equations with fractions. So if I want to get this C by itself, what do I have to get rid of? Quenisha? Yeah, so how do I do that? Perfect. Do you get nervous when people call on you? All right, so on my left side, I've now canceled out my 3/5. So the variable is by itself, so I'm going to bring down the C equals 1/4 plus 3/5. You guys, your calculator is going to do the work for you. I'm going to work it out longhand. First thing you need to look at, what's the least common multiple or a common denominator for 4 and 5? 20. Good. So what I'm writing here now in the green, you do not have to show this extra work. So what I'm showing extra in the green, you don't have to do. So then you have to think 4 times what gets you to 20? 5. So then you take 1 times 5 to get, what's 1 times 5? 5. All right, let's get our bottom fraction. 5 times what gets me to 20? 4. So then 3 times 4 is? 12. So now that I have common denominators, I can add my numerators. So what's 5 plus 12? 17. And what's my denominator? 20. Can this be simplified? No. Nope. So C equals 17 over 20 is going to be your final answer. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. D over 3/4 equals 2/9. A lot of people are saying over. So what's D over 3/4 mean to do? What operation is it asking you? I know, I have it written down. I'll get you. Good, Ashley. So over means dividing, but since we're getting the variable by itself, we do the inverse operation, the opposite, which is multiply. So I'm going to multiply each side by 3/4. I bring down my variable D equals. Now again, you guys will just type into your calculator and get the final answer. I'm going to work it out longhand, so what I'm showing here in the green again, you do not have to write down on your paper. I like to simplify my fractions at the beginning. So do you guys see any numerator that I can reduce with any of the denominators? No. Anybody? Any numerator can be reduced with any denominator.
3.
Yeah, 3 and 9. What are they both divisible by?
3.
Okay, so 3 divided by 3 is?
1.
9 divided by 3 is?
3.
Okay, any other ones?
No. 2 and 4.
2 and 4, what are they divisible by? So 2 divided by 2? 4 divided by 2? Okay. Now that I'm in simplest form, I do what? Yeah, multiply. So multiply your top numbers, your numerators. What do you get? Oh, wait, what's 1 times 1?
1.
1. 3 times. Did you add them together?
Yeah.
Yep. So D equals 1/6. Make sure you have all the work shown. You don't have to show the green, but every other part you need to make sure you're showing. Box your answers. You all got them? All right, let's take a look at the last two. All right, Eleanor, how do I get the variable by itself?
You divide 10 over 21.
So I'm going to divide each side by 10 over 21. So when you go to type this into your calculator, you have to type in 3/14 first. So 3/14 divided by 10 over 21. Okay? Again, I'm going to show all my work, but you guys' calculator will do it for you. What I write in the green, you do not have to write. So division, I keep, flip, change. What do I keep? Which one is my first fraction? Which one of these are first? Yeah, the top. The top is going to be your first. And that's a tricky one. So we're going to have 3 over 14. What do I flip? And then I change division to... All right. From here, can I have a multiplication problem? Can I reduce any numerator with any denominator? Okay, what can you reduce or simplify? Yeah, I can divide both by 7. The 21 and the 14 is one of those tricky ones. 21 divided by 7? 14 divided by 7? Can I simplify any further? Nope. So then I just multiply. My numerator is going to be, and my denominator. Final answer. What do we do? Oh, you multiply, you didn't divide?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, last one. Devontae, how do I get the F by itself? You don't know how to get the F by itself? Okay, so what do I do? Say what? I just didn't hear your story. Okay. Whatever I do to one side, that was an ugliest six ever. I do on the other side. That cancels, so on my right side I can bring down my F. Can I go ahead and, without my calculator, could I go ahead and subtract these two fractions? No, what do I need to have?
No.
Do they have a common denominator? No, they need one. So what's a common denominator for 6 and 2? 12. So I'm going to write that off to the left. 2 times what gets me to 12? So then 1 times 6 is? 6 times what gets me to 12? Then 5 times 2 is? 10. Now what operation am I doing here? You guys are all yawning. What operation am I going to do here? What's my operation? Operation means add, subtract, multiply, or divide. What am I doing? Subtracting, yeah. So I'm just going to bring that subtraction sign over. So now I have 6 minus 10. What's 6 minus 10 going to be? Negative 4 over, what's my denominator? Is that in simplest form? No. What's 4 and 12 both divisible by? So what's negative 4 divided by 2? Negative 2. What's 12 divided by 2. Am I done?
No.
No. Hold on, let me write this smaller. Okay, that's way small. That's all right. So what are these both divisible by again?
2.
Okay, negative 2 divided by 2.
-1.
6 divided by 2.
3.
So what's my final answer here?
-1.
Yeah, that's a lot of extra work. Questions on that?
No.
All right.